Okay, so you're falling in with the wrong crowd and you're doing some robberies, home invasions, things like that. You have your technique down where you can either stick up a guy with the cash, like you were just the technique was sniff out the cash, right? And you knew like they really couldn't call the police on the cash because it wasn't reported, and then you would just take the cash and run, and then if someone came back on it to try to get the cash from you, you would just go to war with them, right? That was your mentality.
So that was definitely the mentality. The strategy was always a success, because we never really encountered that. Well, really never. It's very seldom that we encounter any type of friction between anyone besides the friction that they already like
Okay, so
had prior
so
before I even even me knowing them. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, they had like previous situation. I get you. So
Exactly.
what happened then? How did you get caught?
In my situation later on, um, which led to my incarceration in 2015. Uh, I ended up getting once I left the house. Uh, the dude's wife, which I knew, like I said, when I perform, I execute uh strategically. So I knew of the individual who sold a lot of weight. So when he was not there, I um of course I executed, got into the residence and all that, and this is what led to me getting caught. The lady that he was dating, she ended up popping up out of nowhere. So she ended up coming in the crib. And I had somebody watching the house, right? I had somebody texting me every time, just keep an eye out. So they would text me, like, yo, okay, everything's good, 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 just timing everything. And I got the text a little late about her getting into the house, and she once she was in there, it was a little too late. So there was a gun along with the safe that I had took. Um so I hid for a moment because I had to get up out of there. So I hid for a moment in the bathroom, and sure enough, oddly, she just happens to come upstairs. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunate, crisis for her and I happened. Once she came upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no other choice but to, put the pistol. As soon as she opened that door, I had no other choice but to put the pistol in her face. You know, to make the great escape. Not only that, to put the fear in her heart of this is the cause of why I'm doing this. You get what I'm saying? And
So
I made my way out the house, and then I went to my friend. My friend stayed right around the corner, probably like a few blocks away from this dude's spot, and he just so happened to not be home. And I just hid the safe in his backyard. He had a shed, which was his girlfriend's crib. So they had a shed back there. I put the safe back there and the gun and all that because I took the gun with me and all that shit. And sure enough, there were cops just everywhere. It was crazy. I don't they just so she called the cops that fast, you know what I'm saying? And
mm,
sure enough, they popped up. And when I was on the phone in my homeboy's backyard, look, because I was still texting him, seeing if he was, when he will be home, and because usually his back door is unlocked. I usually just go through the back door and just kick it in the back,
yeah.
back room. That day the back door was locked, and while I was sitting on they got like a picnic table in the backyard. I was sitting on the picnic table, just texting him like, yo, this, letting him know what's going on. I didn't know there were police, like moving out around the neighborhood until I got a phone call from another friend of mine who stays 3 houses down from Jason, which was the friend I was texting to get into his house, where I left the safe at. Well, as far as like the shed. And I got the phone call. My homeboy was like, yo, hey, yo, where you at? He like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I ain't really want to tell, nobody nothing or what was going on. So I was being discreet about everything. So I'm like, wow, what's up? He's like, yo, man, it's a whole bunch of cops around the neighborhood right now, man. I'm like, yeah? He's like, yeah, man, you gotta come see this shit, man. This shit crazy. I'm like, no, no, no. So I told him, I was like, yo, are you serious? Because I got that's when I really kind of got spooked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's when I was like, it got serious. I was like, yo, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, me and my mom out front right now. Rest in peace, Miss Betty. And he's like, yo, you good? You ain't had nothing to do with that, because he knew type, I had got fired, because this is what led to that robbery. I had got fired. I was getting paid 34 an hour. And the nigga got me kicked off of a great job, just jackhammering concrete. And I just went back, I reverted back into my old ways. So anyway,
Hmm.
that's another story, that's another story, piggybacking off of all of this. So anyway, he's alarming me. So I'm like, all right, all right, all right. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm about to come to your house. He's like, yo, come to my house right now. And literally you can just hop 3, 4 gates and get to his house. But mind you, my partner that was with me, he already started hopping the gate, and I was like, go, go. He was a younger guy. So I'm like, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'll meet you over there. He's like, no, come on, come on, come on, come on. I said, no, no, because I had all that money. And
Mm.
I didn't trust nobody. I wouldn't trust nobody with all that money, because I took a lot of money from that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
A lot of money. I mean, and yeah, so I was like, I was standing by that safe, man. I was standing by that. So I
How big was the safe?
the safe was probably as big as um
It's like a
probably as big
computer
as
monitor.
a old school, like an old school. Remember them little, when they started like making them just a little bit smaller, the boom boxes after the
Okay.
original
Yep.
ones. You know what I mean? All right,
Yep.
so it's
I
probably as
got
big as
you.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So what? Okay. So it wasn't that big. All right.
I mean, yeah, no, it was heavy enough, you feel me, to carry, and that was it, you feel me,
Yeah.
straight
Yeah.
up, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyhow, police, they're walking around, and sure enough, someone must have seen me, and because I still had my clothes on, you get what I'm saying? I still have my clothes on, the same clothes that I was in the house with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone must have seen me with the clothes on, and literally an officer crept up behind me out of nowhere, as one officer approached me, um, and literally stuck me up so fast it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And
Were
I
you
had fit the
wearing a
description.
mask
So
when you were in the house?
no, 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 no,
Uh,
no. This is
boy.
how, because this is when you're good at this, you get cocky. So
Yeah.
you don't like, you slid it through the rope. You feel me? You slid it like that right there was a messy mission, because I decided to do something that I wasn't supposed to do.